reality until everything changed. Just one accident changed the entire momentum of Sean's career and almost cost him his life. Sean took the music industry by storm when he released his 2007 hit track, Beautiful Girls. This song went ahead to launch Sean's music career into mainstream success by landing on the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100, making Sean's name practically known by everybody. As most people would call it, Sean was living the life. He more or less had everything great going on for him, but then everything changed on one fateful day in May of 2011. Sean was out jet skiing with a female friend of his, and what was supposed to be a harmless and fun ride turned into a major nightmare for Sean and his unnamed friend. Sean's jet ski had lost control and hit a bridge in front of them and then catapulted him and his female passenger into the water, knocking the both of them out on the spot. The impact of the crash was so strong that it had left imprints on Sean's head, arms, and upper chest on the cement bridge. Sean was taken to the hospital after the accident in critical condition. At first it looked like he was getting better and getting healed from the accident, even though he had suffered from a fractured wrist, broken jaw, and damage from water in his lungs, but it turns out that he wasn't. After 11 days of seemingly showing recovery, Sean's condition became even worse. Sean's jet skiing accident had left him with a torn aorta, and the doctors had to send him in for emergency open heart surgery to save his life. Now, what scared Sean so much about this surgery was the fact that right before he went in, he was told that many people don't come out alive from the surgery he was going for, but he didn't have a choice, and he was in a lot of pain, and going through the surgery was the only hope of survival that Sean had. Thankfully, Sean's surgery was a huge success and he was able to make a full recovery from his accident. Sean's accident changed his life for good, and he believed he was given a second chance at life. That was why after his accident he released a new record, Back to Life, a record that was inspired by his horrific accident. After making a full recovery, Sean tried to move on with his life by focusing on doing what he knows how to do best, making music from the heart. Sean may have tried moving on and forgetting what had happened to him, but the cops definitely didn't. A few months after Sean's horrible accident, he was charged by the Miami police for careless operation in an accident. The Miami police didn't believe that Sean's accident was just a horrible coincidence. No, they believed that it was caused by Sean's carelessness. According to the report filed by them, Sean's inexperience and inattention was what caused him to crash the new jet ski. Apparently, Sean had simultaneously turned and released his jet ski's throttle, and that's what made him lose control and crash it. And according to the police, all of this happened just because Sean was a beginner, and if he had taken proper jet skiing classes, he wouldn't have had the accident in the first place. Thankfully, they only decided to fine Sean $180 for his mistake. After his jet skiing accident, Sean was back to releasing music and touring. In other words, everything was kind of back to normal for him. But being in the spotlight can have its disadvantages, and one of those is the fact that you can never stay too far away from trouble. 5 years after his jet skiing crash, Sean was involved in yet another life-threatening altercation. Apparently, in June of 2016, while on a night out in a club, Sean was reportedly beaten and then stolen from. From the reports he made, he had right around $300,000 worth of jewelry stolen from him on that very day. Now, Sean's robbery may not have been just a coincidence, because there were crazy rumors going around about how the men that had attacked Sean were from fellow artist The Game's crew. What was just supposed to be a night out turned into a major battle between the both of them and Meek Mill. Apparently, Meek Mill was also at the same club with Sean that very day, and allegedly he either told the cops, Sean, or even both about the involvement of guys from The Game's crew in Sean's robbery. This led to a major online battle between the three music stars, with The Game calling Meek Mill a snitch among other not-so-friendly names. The Game's online attack on Meek Mill made Sean come online and share his support for Meek Mill during this whole ordeal. Sean made a shout out to Meek, encouraging him to keep his head up despite everything that was being thrown his way, and he also claimed that Meek never told him anything about what had happened to him that day at the club. Sean's response obviously came as a way of encouragement for Meek Mill, but The Game definitely didn't see it that way. Rather, he saw it as an indirect form of attack from Sean, so he decided to shift his attention from Meek to Sean. The Game accused Sean of lying, saying that Sean had run to the cops with the information he received from Meek, and that everything Sean was saying was a huge lie. And like the accusations couldn't get any worse, The Game also claimed that the info the cops had received from Meek through Sean, made them monitor his house. And he further threatened to hurt Sean by giving him a knuckle sandwich. Sean didn't take the gang's words lightly at all, and then he decided to release a series of videos that he later deleted, calling the game out. I mean, what he was trying to do was pretty obvious, because while his videos were released to prove that he wasn't scared of the game, they were also released to serve the purpose of him not backing down from his claims and him trying to save face. Even after both men had publicly attacked each other, the case was never solved and Sean wasn't able to retrieve his stolen jewelry. Apparently, he decided to let the case go because it wasn't going anywhere. Since the incident with the game, Sean has tried to stay away from trouble, but that hasn't worked out very well for him. In 2021, he allegedly punched a video director that was staying at his house and also pulled a firearm on him. However, some reporters from Sean's team claimed that Sean did no such thing to the director and that everything that was being said against him was a lie. Since the video director didn't have any proof for his accusation, this case was dropped too. Sean